All right, this guy here is our brew kettle. It's all copper. I think it's another pretty unique thing. I'll give you a little bit of a different flavor than you get out of a fermenter that is not copper, or not fermenter, haha. Out of a kettle that is not copper, the heat is imparted more directly. It's also direct fire, so you get a little bit of kettle caramelization. The copper actually helps strip sulfur out of the beer, so the beer is a little bit cleaner than I think it is with a stainless steel boil kettle. This likewise, made in 1984, as one can just go to a brewery equipment manufacturer back then. They say it was made by some bootlegger out of the Washington mountains. It looks a little bit like a still and even has a condenser built into the thing that drips water while we're boiling, just like a still would too, because I guess that's what he was used to. Probably never ever made a brew kettle before. Once it's boiled up, that liquid is chilled in this plate and frame heat exchanger here, down to fermentation temperature, typically in the mid-60s. Then it's pumped back to the second floor. So follow me. The wort then gets pumped into one of our fermenters. These things are also antiques. They were probably built sometime in the 1950s or 60s and were meant to be used as serving tanks, which is basically a giant keg, more or less. A really busy brew pub would have one of these just directly in their cooler, and you'd serve beer directly out of it. These have been retrofitted to varying degrees of interesting. As you can see, the owner here has a background in agriculture. So to chill them, we have these mats, which normally get used to warm up seed beds. That and a little bit of insulation and a glycol pump. We're able to keep these things pretty well temperature regulated, make some pretty awesome beer. Pretty amazing for me to think about these things being used for, what, 60, 70 years continuous. Although they are still not the oldest piece of equipment in the brewery, we use an old style of keg, which is called the Hofstevens. Although the fixtures have been changed, modernized, the kegs themselves are still really, really old. We have some from the mid-40s. Blows my mind to think about my grandfather coming home from World War II, drinking beer out of one of these kegs, and here I am, these 70 years later, still hauling these things around, serving people beer out of them. Well, that's the Oregon Trail Brewery. Thanks for stopping by. Come.
Where's Dave's office at? Can we look at Dave's office?
Yeah, we could look at Dave's office. Let's see if he's got any documents for us to spy on.
Hey, can you say something for a way to say this is C29, CCAT 29 television?
This is CCAT 29 television. Enjoy it.
All right. Now we're gonna take a quick look at Dave's office.
Sure.
And then we'll can you pour a beer for us?
Definitely. Yeah.
All right. Try it. Okay. This is.
Oh, I guess I didn't talk about the brewery itself at all.
Oh, okay. Well, let's go into Dave's office and talk about the rest of the brewery.
Sure.
Okay. Got plenty of time.
Yeah. This is the office here. I guess I didn't tell you anything about the building itself the brewery is in. It was built in 1910 as a hotel. They say it turned into a brothel, was shut down, was later reopened as a motor carriage repair shop, also closed down, and it's been a deli down there since the early 70s, still also run by the original guy. Let's take a look around the rest of this place. It's full of all interesting things that have been collected over the years. Here's the grand opening sign right over there. Here, check this out. This is a bottle from a Deschutes beer, 40-ounce bottle with the brand name stamped on by hand. I bet they don't sell these anymore. Haha. We also have a bit of an old keg museum, if you'd like to take a look at that. The kegs of yesteryear. Some of these are even older. We've got some old Golden Gate kegs from when the brewery first opened that are probably from the early 40s. If you like coming over, climbing up there and taking a look, go right ahead.
I'll probably pass on that.
Right behind you, we have our microbiology lab. Ooh, scientific implements.
All right, can you show us how to pour a perfect brew?
Absolutely. Although I will go on record as saying the perfect brew is the one that you pour for yourself.
All right, my hands are full.
Sure.
You play heavy metal music too.
I do, yes.
What's the name of your band?
The name of my band is Intoxicutioner.
Where do you usually play at?
Up in Portland.
Cool. Can we go with you sometime and go
Yeah,
to Portland
yeah,
with you?
definitely.
All
Come
right,
on.
we'll do that next time. Let's go down real quickly here. Winter's busy. With the time, as heavy metal career. We're gonna go down, finish this exclusive interview at Oregon Trails Brewery.
Now we will pour a beaver tail ale. Here's to you, viewer.
Okay, can you sing anything for us? Any lyrics? Are you a backup or just a guitar player or bass? Or?
No singing.
Okay. All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Cheers to your health. Come on down. Let me fill a growler for you, or sell you a party pig beer, or a keg, or just come down and have a sample. Goodbye.